Hey guys, it's Respacito here, welcome to this video. Personally, I'm having a lot of fun with the Discord. I get to talk with you guys, play with you, discuss over the game. And therefore, like 2 days ago, I talked to this guy called ThelPixG and some others, where we discussed unreleased content and scrapped stuff. And that gave me this idea for this video. In this video, I'll be looking at unreleased content, not the scrapped content or testing content. I will cover that in another video because this is gonna take forever if I don't. Also, another idea I got when talking to these wonderful guys. I've been wanting to learn After Effects in a while, and I think I'm going to do it. Therefore, I'm planning on making the Lost Hall story on RotMG into an animation. A Realm of the Mad Gods cinematic masterpiece. I would watch that video. Refer to the timestamps on screen if you want to skip in this video. Unreleased content. For the ones that haven't explored in the RotMG page, I made this video for. I think it's really interesting, because a lot of these items were used and have been used. You can see them on private servers in the past. But for some reason they decided to scrap it. There's something mysterious about it, and I think that's cool. So, I went to the wiki archives, and the RotMG unreleased content, and all that shit, and let's take it from the top and down. At the end of the video, I will of course show you how I found these items so you can find them yourself, and go check in the game files if you want to see it. To start off, we have the Tier 14 and Tier 13 unadded items. These items have been sprited and everything, and they also got stats. I'll be looking at this one first, the Wand of Retribution. This item was spawned into the game by exploiters in November 2012 when the game was hacked. This item is an attempt at a Tier 14, with a sprite that looks an awful lot like the Wand of Arcane Flame, the Tier 7 wand. I really like this old school look. The same goes for any other item on this list. Next, we have the Leviathan Armor. Originally, I thought this item was meant to be a Tier 14, but it's actually a Tier 15. Just like the Tier 14, this item was also exploited in November 2012 when the game was hacked. Thank you, SWATSec. Next item is the Dagger of Dire Hatred, and this item has actually a quite small and cute story about it. So there's this guy, Willem and BMG, that helped the Wild Shadow team rebalance the Oryx Castle because it was way too easy back in 2012. So when he did the rebalancing, they offered him to ask them for any item in the game and they would give it to him. So he asked for a Tier 14 dagger and they gave it to him. So this is the only point in Realm of the Mad Gods history that developers have given a unobtainable item to a player. But that November an exploit was discovered that could turn like HP pots into any item, so they wiped everything including his dagger. You might have seen this in a Hennes video where someone played on a private server as well. I really like the look and the shots of the item. Overall, pretty good stats, just an upgrade. Leaping into the next item, we have the Bow of Mystical Energy. This one's kinda short, because this was just a pre-developed version of the Tier 13 bow that is in the game now. But it's not the same with the Bow of Deep Enchantment. This was a Tier 14 bow that was also spawned in during the 2012 November exploit. This bow has pretty decent stats, it's just an upgrade from the Tier 13 bow. The look of it is kind of underdeveloped. It looked very much like the 1000-shot bow, but I like it. I like the simplistic textures that was in the early days of Realm of the Mad God. Another quick one, which was a pre-developed sprite, is the Wand of Evocation, the Tier 13 wand. Now we have 4 remaining tops. First one, the Staff of Fundamental Core. Really like the sprite, very interesting. This is the unreleased Tier 14 stuff, which was also exploited in 2012. I think every single one of these items have been exploited in the 2012 November incident. That also released the Annihilation Armor. In a nutshell, this item is the Dominion Armor with blue stains instead of red. It's a good named Tier 15 armor with 26 def. Second to last, Kusanagi. Unreleased Tier 14 katana. It's the basic baseline katana that's just better than the others. 150 to 190 with an average of 170, 5 above the Saramune. And now for the last top in mind, Robe of the Ancient Intellect. Tier 15, 6% fame bonus, 950 feet power, really looks like the others. Just an upgrade. Now when we've looked at that, we can look at the Whitebags that haven't been released. First off, we have a tome that led to the creation of the Cloak of Bloody Surprises. This tome sacrifices health and healing for 15 dexterity on self for 3.5 seconds. It's not named where this item dropped, seeing as the name is Tome of Holy Furor, maybe a manor. The description says this tome was carried to battle by the members of a Forgotten Order, which seems to be a forgotten dungeon of some kind. Maybe an unreleased dungeon. Next item is the Helm of the Immortal. God, I feel like I'm missing out on some kind of dungeon that hasn't been released. I think this has been thought through by the Deca Kabamo Wild Shadow. Leave your opinion down below. Don't these sprites look sick? I mean, I think so. This helm is tanky as fuck. Berserk, 125 plus maximum health, and 15 def for 4.5 seconds. This is better than Jock. The Juggernaut has just been replaced. Sealed Divine Focus is coming up. This item is mana based. It gives 20 whiz as a party effect. That's crazy. If you stand by, 20 knights and a necromancer maybe, you can do so much damage and just keep the enemy stunned like forever. And this is some serious foreshadowing. What is this supposed to mean, Deca? We also have a Forgotten Sword, which is the Sword of Majesty at tier 14, with almost the same sprite as a Falchion Sword. Interesting. We of course also have the Greater Potions, where only 2 of them is obtainable. I mean, why even add them in the first place? Now for the last 4 items I will be covering is the Phantom Archer set. A generous additional bonus of 105 HP, 95 mana, 9 def, 5 dexterity, and 5 vitality if you hold the entire set. For some reason Wilmai talks about this set as if it drops right now, but it doesn't. This set is not released yet. 2 of the items drops in white bags, and the rest drops in sign bags. First addition to the set looking good. That Deathless Crossbow sprite is nice. 75% rate of fire to compensate for the high damage. It only has 5.6 tiles, which means that it's 1.4 less in range than the Covert Bow. With a really creative idea where if you equip the whole set, the arrows you shoot start to change. With this insane quiver of Shrieking Spectres. It has 20 shots. Hits from 1.3k to 2.2k. And has a wavy shot pattern that goes through obstacles and hits multiple targets. The lower projectile speed, the higher speed it actually goes at, and this projectile speed is 6, which explains the short lifetime of 1 second. I mean, this quiver is a DPS must. But I'm pretty sure the shots go outwards from your character on the screen, so you have to risk a lot. It's like the EP. The hide ammo is Wrath's Brigandine, 80 HP and 16 def. This ammo is actually surprisingly good. Both 16 def and plus 80 HP. I would say it's better than both Hydra and the Coral Slug ammo as well. And at last, the ring. 50 mana, 3 attack and 3 dexterity. This really complements the quiver, which is a DPS. This is pretty much a DPS set. The bow, high damage, the quiver, insane damage, and this ring gives you even more attack and dexterity. You really know what this set is trying to do, and it's achieving it. I hope they're going to add this. This really, it looks like the Necromancer set that drops on the Ghost King. And also the name Unreleased really says something about maybe these items can get released in the future? Maybe. I think these sprites look sick and I think they should. So that was it for this video. Next time we're gonna look at scrapped content. And also all these sprites, including monsters and special unique items that does insane stuff. But first, the next video is going to be the giveaway. But here on OBS, I'll just quickly show you how I found those index and all these items on Wilmai. There's probably another way to get here, but I used this method. So you just look up Raijin, which is a part of a unreleased ST Ninja set I will be covering in next vid, because it's a scrapped concept. I just right-clicked the PNG file that isn't there, and I told it to open it in a new link. And I did, and I came to this site, where I can discover and mess around with all these items. Giveaway is next. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. See ya.